On Saturday morning, Israel woke up to the harshest terror incursion in the country's history. Hundreds of Hamas gunmen from the Gaza Strip overwhelmed the border by land, sea, and air, attacking Israeli civilian communities along the border, where they indiscriminately killed or wounded soldiers and civilians alike. The Israeli government has so far over 600 dead and more than 1,900 injured, including women, children, and the elderly. Scores were kidnapped and moved inside the Gaza Strip. Simultaneously, some 3,000 rockets were fired from Gaza into neighboring Israeli communities and cities in central Israel, including Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared war and vowed to retaliate with all the nation's might. Until now, the Israeli airstrikes have leveled areas of Gaza, hitting hundreds of targets. Tens of thousands of reservists have been activated, reinforcing the belief that a ground invasion might follow. Well, many are complained over the lack of information coming from the government and the military. On Saturday evening, while Israelis from the south were still dealing with terrorist infiltrations in their communities, residents and tourists in central Israel were rushing to bomb shelters seeking protection from repeated rocket barrages raining down on the country.
We were in the bomb shelter. It's an older building. It doesn't have a safe room. So we went to the bomb shelter, and it was really loud, like a sonic boom, like really close by, an explosion.
God. And then last night was the worst time, and we went down into the shelter from the hotel. And as we were coming down, I heard a very loud bang, which I realised now was obviously the rocket that hit the building round the corner. And so that was quite scary.
After a day of missile attacks and much uncertainty, people in Israel are trying to cope with the unprecedented situation.
And it's difficult, it's very difficult feeling. We never had such a situation like this. Like 50 years after the Yom Kippur, and now Simchat Torah, it's awful.
I was in New York on 9/11. I lived in Manhattan at the time, and far from the towers, but that was the closest thing I've ever experienced to this.
While the Iron Dome intercepted most of the rockets, some managed to hit residential buildings.
I am an owner of this business, Just Terrarium. Yesterday, some of the neighbors tell us the store was hit, and we saw all the broken in here. We come in here and we see the building was hitting about a rocket, and we come in this morning and we try to take what we can and be hopeful it will be good.
I'm holding a fragment of a missile that hit this building yesterday night in Givatayim in central Israel. No residents were hurt, they were all in the bomb shelter, and now the municipality is helping them deal with the immediate damages.
I don't remember something like this. Never ever. I've been through 6-day war, nothing like this. It was quite scary.
People in Israel are in acute shock over what they have just lived through in the last day and a half.
Such a massive attack from the air, from the sea, from everywhere, in parachutes they came, and it's I think nobody imagined it.
Actually, I'm here just for traveling and doing some business, and I just never met a situation like this before.
Wang, like many other tourists that were caught in this situation, is very scared.
Honestly say yes, yeah, because look at this, the rocket is too close by my living place. It's too close.
But I can see I can see everybody is very, very traumatized by what goes on.
The streets of Tel Aviv are normally packed with residents and tourists, but as you can see, cafes are serving few patrons as palpable fear lingers above. But despite the fear, we found in the heart of Tel Aviv a large pop-up network of volunteers who are collecting and picking donations for soldiers and civilians.
Sadly, we are used to it. This is like the war The last worst thing for us is the alarms and the rockets. We know how to handle with it and we know where to run. What's more important for us is our soldiers. They're fighting and we're very worried. We had this WhatsApp group and many other people that organized with WhatsApp groups, and Facebook noticed that here is a new refreshment point or maybe organization point to buy food and bring food for the soldiers and the people, the civilians of the south that needs new things because their houses are ruined and broken and burned. And everything is spontaneously here.
From Tel Aviv, this is Debbie Monblad, reporting for the Media Line.